I grew up in a colonial education system that was structured predominantly around Western knowledge. I have always thought of myself as an empathetic person who is passionate about social and environmental injustices. However, all the while being completely ignorant to the injustices that I am a part of by living and learning on stolen Indigenous land. The impacts of the issues that I was passionate about, such as extensive resource extraction, revolved primarily around loss of land, ecosystem contamination, and greenhouse gas emissions, rather than being concerned about Indigenous rights and sovereignty. This course, along with others I've taken this year, have gifted me with a new perspective and have provided me with new understandings of the words respect, responsibility, relationships, reciprocity, and restoration. Even though I've always had an ecocentric worldview, the Thanksgiving addresses conducted in this course allowed me to further explore my personal connections to the natural world and understand its interconnectedness. They also taught me how we should be continuously learning from and giving back to ecological systems. Throughout this year, I have come to realize that many of my views prior to this course closely align with views and concepts explained to us in class, such as understanding that the earth is not an endless resource and that we must always work for the continuation of life, by taking only what we need and leaving the rest in order to sustain an ecosystem. The knowledge I have gained has given me the courage to explore my own Indigenous heritage and to open up a conversation about Indigenous issues and relations amongst my peers, which has given us the confidence to think more critically about our current socio-political climate and challenge systems of oppression that are colonial in nature. We have also been able to engage other peers who have not had the privilege of being exposed to these topics. Together, we have discussed the influence we have on particular Indigenous issues and the opportunities we have to contribute on a daily basis towards reconciliation. My new awareness has helped me in identifying the systemic racism that is embedded in our society. This course has pushed me to put Indigenous matters at the forefront of my education by choosing topics of Indigenous environmental injustice to research and present in other courses. Having an education predominantly based on Western science, one of the most interesting topics to me this year has been exploring the similarities and differences between Indigenous ecological knowledge and Western knowledge. As I move on to graduate school next year in environmental assessment, I will continue to practice two-eyed seeing in a Western setting. It is my understanding that Indigenous knowledge, consultation, and compensation is severely lacking in the current Canadian environmental assessment process. It is not only my goal, but my responsibility as a Canadian living on this land to encourage the acknowledgement and participation of Indigenous peoples in Western science. By being the bridge between Western and Indigenous knowledge, I will be able to create more equitable lives for Indigenous peoples while preserving cultural identity through respect and reciprocity.